Hello, my name is Ben Crawford. I'm a solution engineer here at DocuSign. And today I'm going to show you what it would look like to put some onboarding documents inside of DocuSign and send those out to a new employee. With that, we're going to see this as a DocuSign template, meaning we've taken all of our forms, put them together, put all the sign buttons into place where they need to go. So we really just need to type in an email address and click send. The template itself is going to have conditional logic and repeatable fields, meaning it's going to be easier for your signers to fill these out. They're going to be prompted to enter information as they're making selections. And then another thing we'll see here that's really nice is, a lot of times with onboarding documents, you have to put your name, your address, your birthday, maybe your social security number in several times on different forms. The good news with DocuSign is keeping them all together in one package means that new hire only has to enter that information once on the first page, and that's going to carry through all the other documents within the envelope here. Lastly, we'll also get to see attachments. I'm going to have someone upload a copy of an ID for the I-9. We'll get to see all that come together. So moving over to DocuSign, I have a template set up with 3 documents. We've got a hire data worksheet, a W-4, and an I-9. I'm going to go ahead and use this template. And we will just plug in an employee here to hire. And that employee is going to be Homer Simpson. And then I'll play the role of HR. So I'm going to plug myself in here so I can countersign on the I-9. This is going to have a customized email message. We're going to have automated reminders. If our signers haven't signed within 3 days, DocuSign is going to go ahead and send a reminder email. And then if we move on to this next page before I click send, this is just going to show us that we have all of our fields in place and this template is ready to send. So we'll go ahead and click send here. Now DocuSign is going to take me as the sender back to the Manage tab. And this is where I can keep track of all of my DocuSign documents, the status, who signed, if it's completed, all from one screen. So I'm viewing a sent folder. Very first item in here is our hire packet. And by clicking into it, we get a little bit more of a detailed view, and we can see we're waiting on Homer to sign. Let's go ahead and open up Homer's email. This will, of course, be branded with your logo and colors, so it'll look and feel like it's coming from you. But all we need to do is click Review Documents to begin signing. And we're going to be presented with the hire packet to fill out here. Now, a few different things. You're going to see fields that are both gray, that are optional, and red, meaning they're required. So we're going to go ahead and plug in some information here. This one's asking for my date of birth. If I do not put that in the correct format, DocuSign will not allow me to submit this document back. So it does have to be in month, day, year. And again, that's ensuring that you get the right data on your forms the first time. So moving on, we're going to type in a social security number. Again, this is another field we validate for. So if it's not in the correct format, they can't move forward. And we're just going to make a few selections here. Now, home address. This is one of those fields that's going to carry over to all of our other documents. So this will be the only time that Homer has to enter it. All right, so we'll keep on moving here. Now, as we get down here, we'll see that we have some ethnicity and race questions. These are optional. They do not have to make a selection, but if they want, they can make multiple selections. Moving on down to the W-4, you'll notice that it's already filled out. We've got Homer's name, we've got his address. All he needs to do is let us know how he's filing taxes. Of course, he could fill in any of these other boxes if he'd like to, and sign and complete the W-4. This is what it looks like to adopt a signature for the first time. You can do so by selecting any of these pre-made styles here on the right, or if you're signing on a cell phone or a tablet, you can draw your signature as well. And again, this is going to take us right on down to our I-9, and we will be able to basically just make a selection and submit this document. Again, I didn't have to type in my address or my social security number a second time. It just carried over from the previous form. An example of conditional logic, or in the way I like to phrase it, guiding your signers down a path, you'll notice if they make a selection here, different things will happen. If you select citizen, Homer can sign and move forward. But if Homer decides he is an alien authorized to work, he's then going to have to provide additional information. Lastly, we are going to go ahead and collect a copy of Homer's ID so we can process this and get it moving forward. Certainly can still verify those in person if you need to, but for us, Homer provided a passport, or Homer is going to provide a passport and upload that to our DocuSign package. If I scroll down, we can see that passport gets included as part of our package here, part of our envelope. And when this gets back to HR, they're going to have the completed documents and the passport. So lastly, you might be thinking, okay, so I'm in HR, what happens next? Once these documents are signed, you'll be notified via email that it's your turn to sign. You can also come back to our Manage tab at any moment and go to the Action Required field, and you'll have a list of documents that you need to sign. This is showing us that Homer is signed. We know exactly the day and time that took place. And now me as the HR representative can go in and verify that ID for the I-9. So Homer comes into my office. We're able to verify that was in fact his passport. And I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to my section on the I-9. So he provided list A, which is a passport. And we'll go ahead and just throw a date on here. We'll say his hire date is today. And another nice thing too with these templates, a lot of times some of this information will always be the same, right? It's always going to have the same address. So we can actually just fill that in on the template when we create it. That way we don't have to type it every single time. I have now signed off verifying this I-9. Again, if I need to check the passport, it's here at the bottom. We now have a completed hire packet and Homer's ready to begin working. So again, onboarding documents, we're able to put them into a template so that they're easy to send out and repeatable. Using both conditional logic and repeatable fields, it makes the signing experience much better for your signers, as well as attachments, allowing us to be more efficient and collect documents ahead of time and include those with the hire packet. I hope that was informative. Thank you and have a good day.